So, I can roll. Son of a bitch!
Yep, hello folks, it's Deej. It is Let's Talk episode 14, and it's a Christmas story. And being that it's a Christmas story, you know what that means. You get me in the pink bunny outfit. I am the old version of Ralphie tonight. I'm sorry to do this to you folks, but I am Ralphie tonight. Even though this thing is hotter than hell. But welcome to the show anyway. This is Deej, and we are reviewing A Christmas Story, and I'm sure many of you have had to be tortured through this over and over and over. Because, you know, some channels play this damn movie 24 hours on Christmas. Christmas Eve, right on through Christmas Day, you got nothing but a Christmas story. So if you don't know this movie, you've lived under a rock. Yep. I think that's enough seeing me as the bunny. I may put it back on every once in a while. Yes, Robert, the house is open for tours in A Christmas Story. And now it's a real son of a bitch because I zipped this thing up and now it won't zip back down. Oh, there we go. Gets warm. No, I am hot in this thing. It's extremely warm. But anyway, let's get to the review because, you know, this thing starts off. This thing starts right on off with old passing the Salvation Army Santa radio disc jockey telling his audience that it reminds him of a highly important Christmas from his childhood in Indiana. Yep. story takes place in Indiana. Little Ralphie Parker. Matter of fact, this is December 1940 when this takes place. And Ralphie's conniving and tries to plan to convince his parents to get him his dream present. The only thing important to him, a Red Ryder carbine action BB gun. Yes, Ralphie wants that Red Ryder carbine action BB gun. Little Ralphie wants that BB gun really bad. See, look, Ralphie, blonde hair, glasses. I got blonde hair and glasses right now. Told you, I'm the adult version of Ralphie at this point. But as we progress, the next day, Ralphie's dad's struggling with the crossword puzzle contest. Ralphie accidentally blurts out what he wants, prompting his mother to tell him, "You'll shoot your eye out, kid." Yep, you'll shoot your eye out, kid. Poor Ralphie. They look at him like, "What? You can't have that. You'll shoot your eye out, kid." But of course, that's not going to stop Ralphie from trying. Because then he writes an essay for class designed to get his teacher, Miss Shields, to fall on his side. So she'll talk to them about letting Ralphie have that Red Ryder carbine action BB gun. But of course, that fails too. So we travel along, and it gets to be nighttime, where Mama Parker informs Dad that a telegram says that he's won an award in a contest. Soon after the prize arrives, the leg lamp. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. How many of you actually want a leg lamp to put up for Christmas every year? I don't know about you, but hey, I'd take one. What the hell? And despite Mother's clear disgust, Dad puts it in the front window for all to see, a major award that he's won. But there's no time for stopping and all that, because they're going to head off to go get the family Christmas tree. Yes, they have to go get the family Christmas tree. But while going, the car gets a flat, and Ralphie helps his father change the tire by carrying a hubcap full of the tire's bolts when he accidentally knocks out of his hand, and he seemingly says, "Oh, fudge." But we all know that's not what he really said. He really said the F word, which got him in huge trouble. But being the scaredy cat that Ralphie was, he didn't want to tell his mother when she asked where he heard that he actually heard it from his dad. No, he blames it on his friend Schwartz, who gets in trouble over it. Yeah, poor Schwartz. Getting in trouble over it. And he wasn't even the one to do it. Poor Schwartz. Now, determined to save his Christmas after getting in trouble for that, he got in trouble, and, well, you know how Ralphie had to spend the night after the old soap in the mouth. Yeah, nowadays that'd be considered abuse at some point. You're not supposed to do that to kids, but, even when I was young, if I said something bad, I ended up with a bar of soap in the mouth. And, I'm not dead. I'm not traumatized over it. Just learned not to say certain words around the parents. Yeah. You kind of learn after that. Of course, everybody's so wimpy nowadays, you can't do nothing, but I digress. But we get to where Ralphie tries to behave the rest of the month, trying to improve on his outlook and hoping to get his Red Ryder BB gun. However, he jeopardized this the last day before winter break when Schwartz triple dog dares their friend Flick to stick his tongue to the flagpole outside the school. Poor Flick. Poor Flick. Because he gets stuck to the pole. Flick actually gets stuck to the pole. Bitter cold weather and a warm tongue. A warm, wet tongue does not match when you're sticking it to a frozen metal pole. And if anybody is wondering, Flick is, if you were here for the last episode of Let's Talk and the Toy, you would recognize that this is Master Bates from the Toy. He's just stuck to a pole in this one. So kind of look how all these Let's Talks kind of flow together with something that's connected, each one. Boom, boom, every week. Scary, because I'm not even planning that on purpose. That is scary, though, folks. No one is caught. The fire department's called to free him. And Ralphie only gets a C+ for his theme, trying to get that Red Ryder BB gun. And instead of expecting an A note repeatedly with the dread phrase, "You'll shoot your eye out," is left with a C+. Of course, on the way home, Ralphie is again accosted by the two bullies, Scott and Grover. These bullies been after poor Ralphie. And why is it they always make, on these movies back then, they always made the redheads the evil bullies? Why? But this time, Ralphie snaps and beats the snot out of him, sending him home crying. Yep. Good times there. Beats the snot out of the bully. But, he gets home. He's crying. He's nervous breakdown. And his mom just eventually pulls him up, takes him home, and tells him, let's just drop the matter. So, with still no way to get the gun, Ralphie tries his next hope. Because he hears Santa's working at Higbee's. Yep. Ralphie goes to see Santa Claus at Higbee's. And you know what? This was the freakiest Santa Claus I've ever seen. No wonder kids are scared of Santa Claus if they look like that, coming at you going, ho, ho, ho. Of course, Santa Claus tells him the same thing he's heard twice before from his mother and his teacher. You'll shoot your eye out, kid. And hello, Richie Poole. So he struck down again on Christmas Eve. But the drama's not over, because on Christmas Eve, Mrs. Parker accidentally breaks the lamp, leading to a big argument with her husband. Yep, they quickly make up, though, that night. All the kids struggle to sleep as they anticipate coming morning. And on Christmas morning, the family receives their gifts. Poor Ralphie gets his pink bunny pajamas. Yeah, poor Ralphie and his pink bunny pajamas. Yep. But at the last moment, Mr. Parker reveals he got Ralphie that BB gun. However, when he goes outside, the first shot ricochets and hits his glasses, breaking them. Luckily, he makes up a story of a fallen icicle and his mother doesn't learn the truth. But he actually almost did. Shoot his eye out, kid. But yet there's one more disaster to come. The neighbor's dogs. The Bumpkiss's dogs, who torture Mr. Parker endlessly, get in the house and steal the turkey. Yep, they get in the house and steal the turkey. Ruin Christmas dinner, where they end up going to the local Chinese restaurant and having dinner. A goose. Or duck. Something. I can't quite remember. But yeah. Poor family. Yep. Now, everybody does realize that The Christmas Story was based on a couple of short stories and kind of pulled together, and then there was some other movies made afterwards. And the screenwriter for this movie and director, incidentally, was Bob Clark, who did all the Porky's movies. Yeah. Which we'll be doing some of that in future times. Yep. But there was a Christmas Story too. There was. Nowhere near as good as this one. And there was My Summer Story, which was the direct sequel to this. Christmas Story 2 was another sequel, but it ignored the stuff from My Story, My Summer Story. And it too was pretty much a major flop, folks. It wasn't that good either. the sequels bombed like hell. Yes, I agree, Robert. Them sequels bombed. You just can't have it that good because they had to change the cast and everything else. It wasn't that good. But we had Melinda Dillon as Mother Parker and Darren McGavin as Old Man Parker. Yeah, we had Peter Billingsley as Ralphie, Scott Schwartz as Flick, Gene Shepard, the voice of adult Ralphie. We also had poor Randy. We can't forget poor Randy getting made up to go to school. Couldn't even put his arms down. But at least he stayed warm until he fell down. Couldn't get up out of the snow. That was a good little thing. But who doesn't want that leg lamp, folks? Who doesn't want the leg lamp? And of course, we all know I have the pink bunnies. It is not based on my life, Richie Poole. This story is not based on me. Damn it. It's not based on me. Maybe. Anyway, that's about as much as I got to say about this show this week. You know, this actually goes pretty fast when it's only me up here. You never noticed that? Yeah. Next week, we're doing a double feature, though, folks. We're doing 2 movies in one episode. We're going to do National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and we're going to do Scrooged. But until then, this is the odd one, Deej Odyssey. Extremely short stream tonight. But this has been a Christmas story. I'm sure you'll get to watch it on TV here any day now. It'll be on, probably for 24 hours. I just don't recommend watching it for the whole 24 hours. And of course, for National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, I'm sure that I will dig out my Cousin Eddie robe. Yep. You will be guest hosted by Cousin Eddie next week instead of the Pink Bunny. This is your demented Pink Bunny, folks. I'm getting out of here. You have a great night, and who knows, maybe I'll be back later. I don't know. We'll just see. Good night, folks, and thanks for coming and stopping by for Let's Talk.